Oh my lord.
I have it recorded who does the recap every time.
Really? Okay.
I hope you don't also have criticism of how it went.
All right. While you do that, I'll get started.
Yes.
So the session.
We gotta say hello to people watching the YouTube channel.
All right.
Hello, guys.
You're good.
Hi,
Good,
Bod
continue.
Squad.
Hi, Bot Squad. I love you.
I love this. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay. So the session picks up directly from the end of the previous session, and Kipper is very sad and angsty, and he feels like he's all alone in the world. Everyone hates him, so he does what sad, angsty people do, and he just starts walking towards the edge of the city. And while he does that, he uses sending to talk to, I think, he talks to two people. The mayor of Misspell, who reports back to him and says, Kipper, me boy, everything is awful. The city's like burnt down to the ground. We all had to evacuate. Not everyone made it. That's 25 words or whatever. And the Kipper's like, wow, this is really not great for my mental health. And he talks to his brother, and his brother says the same thing. It's like, we had to leave Misspell, and we're over at like, I forgot if he said a specific location. Like it's just like a place nearby, like a day or two away from Misspell. And Kipper's like, this world is just terrible, and I'm terrible. And I think he goes looking for Ambrose, and it cuts to me, Rexmoa, and I decide to use my time to visit the kids in the Scholars District at Zephyr's University, and then I exchange some very touching words with them, and I tell them, it's like, you gotta work for something good in this world, and I believe in all of you, and make sure to get your GED. And I told them to go harass Lady Zephyr and Lady Borealis, because they have two cool dogs who we're not going to bring with us because I don't want them to meet tragic fates. And those kids were like, we're gonna miss you, all 12 of them
At the same
time.
Mhm.
Yep. And I was like, wow, that's weird.
It's kind of eerie, yes.
Rexmoa ends up leaving to go back to House Treshul to have an important conversation with Borealis regarding the contents of her diary. And it cuts to Ambrose, who is confronted by Rin, who finds him after a long day of helping people out as a paladin of Vithius should. And she hits him with the very ominous phrase of like, there's something waiting for you back at the university. I forgot how she worded it, but it was intentionally mysterious. And Kipper finds Ambrose and says like, wow, I'm sure glad you're not with Rin, because me and her hate each other now, but I'm actually kind of torn up about it. And Rin like leaves before that can happen, and they head towards the university together. And then I think yeah, they have like a conversation about what happened, which is to say Kipper said some really mean things towards Rin, and then he explained himself. It's like, yeah, I just don't like being turned into a rabbit. That was very not cool of her. And I think Rin comes back when they get to the university, and then Ambrose is like, what's all this then? And then Rin, I forget what happens. I know Kipper stays out of it because he's, he's not supposed to be there or something. And I think he tries to apologize to Rin, and then Rin's like, try again later, kid.
Try again later, sucker.
Honestly, I'm probably making that up. Just ignore that.
Card.
Strike that from the record. Yeah, and then, yeah, Ambrose meets the mysterious people waiting for him, and it turns out to be his long-lost orphan siblings. And I think one of their names is Ash, and the other person's name is Spam.
There you go.
Not. Oh, yeah, that's right. I made a joke about it
Yes.
while it was happening, even though it was a very tender scene of these siblings reuniting after so long, and Ambrose spelled out, you know, I apologize, all our lives were rough and terrible, but I still left, and that's not like a justifiable decision on my part, but I came back, and I want to do you all right, and I want to do the city of Port Strail right by opening up an orphanage. And I would love if you two join me and we could be a family again. Because in case you don't know, that's one of the core themes about this campaign. And Ash and Spam were like,
He actually said
I
that.
guess.
Yes. He actually said that. Yes.
yeah. Then Rin was like, we got to move things along. Everyone back to the house, and everyone got back to the house. And Rexmoa told everyone. Rexmoa told everyone I read Lady Borealis' diary, and Lady Borealis was like, this conversation happened off screen, so you have to imagine it. And we all have dinner together, and the boat's ready, and we talk about our fun backstories and what we want to do after all of this is said and done, and we're all alive. And yeah, so just to summarize that real quick, Ambrose wants to open up his orphanage. Rexmoa's gonna go back home. Taurin's gonna something with Galarian and her family. We haven't sorted that situation out. That's on her. And Kipper is trying to figure out what he's gonna do too. And I think that's it. And then Greenie wants to say something in Roll20, so I'm not forgetting. I would never forget, but I'm letting you say it first to give you the credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. That's right. Oh my goodness. Good thing I didn't forget. Ambrose was like, I gotta tell you all, I think I have feelings for the Queen of the Fae, Chi. And Rexmoa was like, oh, foggers, dude. And everyone's jaw dropped. And we were like, are you sure? And it's like, yeah. It's like, my feelings for Chi are different than my feelings for you, Rexmoa. And then Rexmoa was sad. Just kidding. And yeah, so big reveal. How is he gonna run?
My children is taking away. No.
Yeah. I hope this never happens again. That one of my adopted children goes off and marries a magical person who's way older than them. I think that's pretty much it. There was, a lot of sarcasm laid in there, but the foundation is true.
I don't think so, actually. I think you covered it pretty well. Especially with the fact that you didn't forget about the thing.
Yeah, I would never forget my good friend and close family member, Ambrose, confiding the fact that this is probably like his first love. Wow, really aiming high, buddy.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so that pretty much covers it, yeah. So the party is giving their goodbyes to Port Strail, the city that you guys have been for the last few weeks, I believe. A couple of weeks, if I'm correct. Around, maybe. Some days. Which is a lot more in game time, but But yeah, you guys have solved a lot of issues. Of course, there's still more to do, but right now this is not your quest. This is the quest of the people of the city itself. Yours is to try and figure out a way to stop, well, the end of the world, really. So, after the dinner, everybody goes to the rooms. I believe we already stated that you guys did the long rest, correct?
Yes.
I recall correctly. But you would never forget about that, of course.
Yeah, and then you asked us if you wanted to do like anything,
yes,
like while we were at House Trey Shul, and I don't think anyone had anything major to do that night. So
yeah, exactly. So if that is the case, then we'll just fast forward to the morning after, where you are received with some food. Of course. Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry. Let's see. Wow, okay, those tallies are insane. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. So, morning comes. You guys are received with a breakfast, and the boat is waiting for you in the harbor, of course. Borealis has already arranged for you to leave over there. And, well, everybody seems, a little bit sad that you guys are going. They're also happy because you did help a lot in this kingdom that was, had a lot of big problems. And of course, there are still many more, especially the fact that, a dragon kind of burned a lot of it literally a day before. And they're still working on it, but you guys have to stop that dragon from burning everything else. So,
Can we misinterpret the word slay the dragon?
no.
Just don't remove the S.
Let's see, wait. Ambrose wake up with an envelope on his bed, closed in with a kitty face on top. Okay, that's funny.
Letter.
Yes.
My brain failed.
For the rest, as I said, you guys do the... for the rest, you guys have anything else you want to do in the morning, or can we just like go through with the start of the journey? I would say.
I guess there is one small thing. I was just going to see if Borealis may have something she could do to my sword for preparation for the dragon and Fisher.
Okay.
I don't have anything in mind specific. I was just basically going to ask her if there was anything she could do to possibly help ensure that we can defeat the dragon.
I would say, given the nature of your sword and its very godly properties, I don't think Borealis has much to do with it.
Okay.
Because, of course, there is the Titan Stone literally attached to it.
Oh, that being said, I'll thank her and... Well, I imagine they'll probably see us off, so I don't think I need to say farewell to her.
Yeah, exactly. So if nobody else has to do anything,
Okay. My request, it could be really brief. We don't have to do like roleplay. Is
Okay.
I wanted to know if we could get, as a memento and also as a useful item, those sun flashes from Borealis. If
yeah,
we could bring
we
some
can
with
do
us.
that.
There's
We can
things
do
that
that,
me as a player would want to ask for, but Kipper is too ashamed to ask for anything. So, Kipper's just gonna... Did we fall asleep last night? Was it...
Yeah, this is
We
the
did.
next morning.
Okay, yeah. Supposedly we fell asleep. We're gonna say we did, otherwise, exhaustion's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I pretty much, the only thing that Kipper would do, and this might be afterwards, is just look over the route of how we're gonna get to Mistbell. He probably wants to talk about that with the group, though.
Okay, well, I mean, as I said, you are going to be taking one of the many rivers that go from the Great Lake that Mistbell sits on top of, into, all the sides.
Does this take us through 2 rivers again?
What's that?
Yeah, that was actually the question.
Oh, you mean if you guys are gonna go by 2 rivers? Probably not, because 2 rivers kind of more towards the north-ish.
I was wondering, because I know
Let me put you guys on the map screen.
our route kind of took us from Galvathier southward to get to Port Trail.
Yeah, all right. Let me put you guys on the map screen. Hang on.
I think Kipper is going to ask and pretty strongly be like, can we stop at Two Rivers? But of course,
If you
very
guys can
strong
see,
chance
you
that won't
guys,
happen.
yeah, Two Rivers would be around the north side of the map. I don't know if you guys can see my ping.
Oh,
It would
okay.
be like around the north side, yeah, around some of these parts of the map. Of course, this is just like, I'm not gonna detail like a whole, like, you know, river system, okay?
No, you're
but-
understandable.
But basically, what you guys are gonna do is you're gonna sail from Port Strail using one of these rivers to head over to Misspell or close to Misspell. As far as the boat can take you, they did say that, of course, Misspell is in a little bit of danger, and obviously, with the talk of war in the northern side of the continent, there's a lot of precautions that, you know, sailors must take.
Where is Riverdale?
Riverdale would be
Rivertown.
Yeah, it would be like like around with the pink.
Okay, so we're gonna pass it. All right, good.
You guys are going to be going there specifically because this is like before Misspell. This is kind of like we don't want to get in there kind of deal.
Wait 1 second. Is Riverdale? So I think I just confused Riverdale and Two Rivers.
Yeah,
Is
no.
Riverdale the town that everybody ran to?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness.
This is
okay,
Two
like-
Rivers is where we fought that giant plant.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Two Rivers is towards the north of Mistbell, towards the river.
I just confused them because they have river in their name.
Yeah. This one over here is, like I said, towards the east, I guess it would be. Around some of these parts, obviously the map doesn't, you know, depict all the things there is, but it's around these parts. This is, as Villa mentioned, it's probably like around a day to Mistbell. A little bit less, maybe if you're in a rush, you know, depends on transportation and whatever. But, yeah. That is where you are going to be told that you will be, you know, dropped. Because the Mistbell Lake there is a dragon currently inhabiting Mistbell. And the northern side of the continent is in a war, so people don't want to risk too much. Yeah, so anything else you guys want to do?
Let's get going.
Yeah. All right, Taurin, anything on your end?
No, Taurin's just waiting at the docks.
Okay. So as everybody gets ready, you guys get your food, obviously also sponsored by House Trishul. And you guys are being left in the docks where, even though you didn't expect it, there is quite a few people waiting for you there and to say goodbye. A lot of people that have noticed your efforts and has been there for the times that you saved them, or you know, maybe they did help in some other way towards the town. Of course, as I said, the town of Port Strail was a was a mess. Everybody was on their own. Things were broken, and some of them beyond repair. But you did what you could, and now the city will be better for that. So as you guys embark on the ship, you are being, you know, everybody else is waving goodbye at you. Of course, House Trishul being at the forefront of this, you would see some other... the other noble house, House Gillum, is also there to see that you guys are going properly. And of course, some of the people of Port Strail. Your exit was also told to everybody else, and as you guys were moving from the port, you guys could see that not everybody, but there was a lot of people that were also waiting around in the docks to wave goodbye at you. I can safely say that the Party of Heroes has definitely made an impact in the the people of Portstrail. A good one at that.
Yeah, but you know who's not here?
Who?
John.
True. He's dead. But as you guys embark on your journey back, you guys are going to be taking a more direct approach rather than a more kind of commercial / safe route. It will take you time to get to the town of Riverdale, which is, as I said, a little bit away from Mistbell, but not. It's close enough, but not too close where it would present a risk. As you guys move through the landscape, the shores and the more flat lands, turning into grassy fields and like plains as far as the eye can see, with their own sets of trees and different foliage, as you guys go back to the center of the Westerlands, which is the continent that you guys are right now. I will ask you guys to take away, let's see, how much would that be? You guys are gonna take away 2 rations from your inventories as we fast forward the trip. If you guys have something you want to do while on the ship, we can get that now.
Fishing, for sure.
Yeah, if you guys want to
Group
fish.
fishing, baby.
Group fishing, hey, you
Alright.
can do that. 100%. You can 100% do that.
Work up them rations again.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Catch a big one.
A big one.
Yeah. Get a whopper.
Yes, sir. All right. So, who is gonna be fishing? Let's do a little bit of a
I
check.
want to fish. I want to fish.
You're getting
so
food.
bad.
You can't fish. You're getting food. You just said
Go
you're
get
leaving.
Can you wait for? I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna
Just
be
go roll the
1
dice
minute.
and then we'll use that.
Yeah. Well, don't
But I
worry,
need
don't
to
worry.
be here. I need to know.
Go get your food. Don't worry, don't worry.
He heard fish and then he immediately came back.
Let fish.
No, but as I said, you guys can interact, you guys can talk in the middle of this. We can also make some time for Bib to come back, so don't worry.
Mhm.
As I said, if you guys are willing to discuss anything or to talk about it, go ahead, because as I said, the whole point is that I'm just taking, we're not doing 1 day of travel per session, unfortunately.
That's all right.
Well,
So it's Taurin.
Oh, go ahead. What I'm going to say will probably take a bit. So
Okay. So did you end up contacting Galarian? You know, using a letter or those magic letters that you magical types like to use?
Not in the morning like we wanted to, unfortunately, but I did get a letter a while back.
Oh. What did he have to say? Is he out there on the warfront?
Being a leader, that's where he's needed most
Yeah,
at this
he's
point.
still fishing.
What's going on?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Well, I wish him the protection of Ithius and the blessings of the Titans. Hopefully, well, we can conclude all of this and avoid any further bloodshed once we get our hands on that last stone.
Yeah, if we can find it.
Well, finding it isn't the issue. I mean, it seems rather hard to conceal a dragon. I think getting it is going to be the hardest aspect. Ambrose, have you ever encountered any type of dragon or draconic enemy in your travels? Or Taurin? Lad?
not like
Can't say that I have.
not like this, at least. Just false tales of dragons and reality is something lesser.
Yes, the amount of times my companions have approached some ruin and it was supposedly guarded by a dragon or something of the like, and it turns out to be some kind of boule covered in ash. They're a lot, more rare than the tales would have you think. We're all rather fortunate to have not encountered any, really. I've heard terrible, terrible things about them. And now, here we are, chasing one.
They, rare. But even as a beast, they're intelligent.
That is what makes them the most dangerous. You should keep that in mind, Taurin. Never underestimate a dragon.
Right.
You can say your thing now, Dishonor, if you like.
They say as they were just with 2 dragonborn.
I mean, okay. Actually,
To be fair, they're
we can
dangerous
have,
too.
yeah, we can have this conversation separately. We don't have to talk about D&D lore.
yeah. It's all good.
I
Also
think
intelligent.
just all of the talk of dragons, Kipper's definitely just kind of
Now, how's he feeling? Is he still brooding?
he's not brooding, he's just depressed now.
Okay.
And just like the anxious sadness, and like, I mean, he's definitely mad, but he's mad at Fisher. I can say this in character. This is crazy.
You can finish your food first.
No, never. Did we start fishing yet?
Not yet. We were just chatting.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
just
you're so
yapping.
nice. You're so nice to me. You know I love my fishing.
Yes.
I guess Kipper would go, Oh dang, there's still food in my mouth. What's wrong with me? I definitely can't say I've ever seen a dragon before. All of this. I think closest we ever got in Misspell was traveling zoo brought a griffin, which was entertaining, or at least they called it a griffin. I'm pretty sure they also had a snake woman that was actually just a regular human in like a thingy, like a tube.
Yes, I would be rather interested to meet one of the last surviving Naga, if they were to exist.
I'm pretty sure I saw tape. So I don't think that one was. I just, I don't know how he could have burnt his home down.
But sure.
It's, I don't necessarily know what happened to him after the RIP died. I don't think really any of us knew what happened after that point, so I don't know if his sentiment changed or what horrors continued to happen after that point. But I don't think the people there deserved it. I think. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna give a quick rebuttal as Rexmoa. They say the child Wait. Oh, sorry. I formulated it. They say the child who doesn't feel the warmth of their community will gladly burn their village down to feel something. Perhaps it's not that much of a surprise.
But me and Jagrin grew up the same way, and yet well, pretty much, I can only say for his part, he grew up to be a fine person. And I think Kipper's gonna kind of grab Rexmoa's hands, just kind of like the clasp them together type thing when someone wants to do and this is somewhat gonna apply to the rest of the group in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Kipper's gonna be like, when you were trying to protect me, and I said that if I can't meet my brother, then I don't even know why I travel with you guys. I didn't intend for it to sound like that. I didn't mean that's the only reason why You all have been so incredibly useful in battles and just kicking butt left and right, and I feel as if ever since we've hit Strail, I've hit this invisible ceiling where my abilities have capped. They feel like my healing hasn't been as strong, my attacks haven't been working properly. I can see you guys going deeper into peril, and all I can do is watch. And it's just seeing him and it's not that I want to have a one-on-one conversation with him. It's not that I want him back. It's that I see him as a threat to everything I have now. I see him existing puts you all in peril, and I see the consequences of him existing. I know in that moment I wasn't able to do anything, but I just want him dead.
Do you want to see him dead, or do you want to see us safe?
At this point, is there delineation between the two?
I would like to think so.
I would too. But the Fisher I knew died when he gambled away the only money we had to try and save Lariapi. He died, and we all had to live with the consequences. I just never expected the consequences would be on a continental scale.
Well, I won't pretend that if the option were to come up, if I had to pick between Fisher and you all, that I would choose to save Fisher, but I will say, when it comes to the magic of the Titans, things aren't nearly as straightforward as they seem. I know you're steeling yourself for the worst, lad, but we can't give up hope if we're choosing to fight for the world.
I know. I think it's just that I'd rather place my hopes on you all than something I see as only hurting us further. And, I guess I also I put everyone in danger thinking that I would be able to distract him. And I should have just listened to you the first time. So
I'll just give Kipper an over-the-shoulder hug and just continue fishing with the other hand.
Okay.
You wanted to say something, CJ?
Not me. I was just kind of listening to all
Oh.
of you. If you guys want to speak, then yeah.
Kipper's just gonna kind of like lean into Rexmoa.
You think you could actually do it?
And do what?
Do you think you'll hesitate when you come face to face with Fisher? You know?
I honestly fear that I won't. I feel like since we started after we left Mistbell, protecting the ones that are close to me matters, but when it comes to taking the life of someone that in my brain I have deemed as unsavable, horrible, just a bad person, it's almost like they stop being a person in my mind, and then the answer is simple.
Do you think he'd change if we get the stone away from him and separate him from the dragon first?
If that were possible, then maybe, but what do I even do at that point? I know that something is controlling him. I see it in his eyes, I see it in his action. It's not the Fisher I knew. But it's still... I don't think it truly matters anymore. If he is able to be saved, I still feel like it's best he rots in jail for the rest of his life. And
Sounds like you came to a conclusion for that already.
I think
I
I
won't-
still... Oh,
Mhm.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I think I still look at the memories fondly of when we were younger. And I loved who he was. But what he's become has become irreconcilable. And, it's all just become so much. I can't deal with the what ifs or the will this happen. I think it's just the, I just wish there was a finite solution to all of this.
I'm thinking of a plan of what we can do. If you want to save Fisher, that would be a plan we can go with. If you want to. If you really think he's so far gone that he cannot be saved, then we'll do as you wish.
if it's possible to save him, but the moment that seems unlikely, I want to prioritize whatever civilians might still be trapped in Mistbell. If saving him separates him from the stone more easily, I will not suffer losing anything else to him. Especially not all of you.
You know, I think it's fine if you wish to save him. I wanted to save my mentor, and my father. And admittedly, had things not gone the way they did, it's possible I might have drawn my sword against you all. However, I do have a suggestion. An idea for how we might be able to do something for Fisher. Not sure you're going to like it.
I'm listening.
Ask Cadzius for guidance.
I do find it strange I haven't seen him these past few nights, but
No, sorry, go ahead.
Kipper would just look down and be like, I know you all have better experiences with your titans. Well, maybe except for Taurin, you probably felt like you've drowned like once or twice. But how does one go about talking to a titan in the first place? I'm not good at deciphering riddles or understanding secret meanings behind things. What I heard him say, I don't know if I misinterpreted, and
That's why we're here, is it not? There's more than just you here, Kipper. There's more than just me, more than Rexmoa, more than Taurin. If there's problems, if there's questions, we have the Titans, and we have us all here. It's not one of us, it's all of us.
Ambrose, you're absolutely right. I might have an idea. And Rexmoa stands up and, okay, so how's the ship laid out?
Like a ship.
So it has like an upper deck and a lower deck?
Yes,
or is it
yes,
like
yes,
upper deck,
100%.
lower deck storage? Okay. Alright. All of you meet me below deck in maybe an hour or so. And he walks off. You all can keep having the conversation.
Then. Well, Kipper, the reason I bring this up is because of how you spoke of Cadzius before. I realize that you have had a poor time with the Titan. But why do you think the Titans bless us? Choose us? Do you think we're special? Given to us by some divine right of kings? What exactly makes us different?
I honestly feel that just sometimes we would in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I disagree. If it was simply coincidence, simply chance, why would any of us be in? Whether you want to call it fate or not, that is your wish, your prerogative. But I think that it is through us that they act. They wish to achieve something, and it must be done through us. We are needed just as much as they are needed. They are asking us for our help, asking for us to be their hands, because they cannot be them. Once, I feel as though your Titan has not forced you to do anything. I will admit that Vithius and Horus are the gentlest of the form. But Cadzius and Ixus, though chaotic they may be, have never once hurt us. Ixus did her deed in Strain. Perhaps one might call them natural disasters waiting to happen. But why would any of them desire the destruction of Crenia? What would they gain?
I don't think Catsius does. And I know that none of them do. But from what Catsius was saying, I felt they themselves were deeply troubled. And I do feel like every Titan reflects the person that they've chosen. I could tell that it wasn't doing very well, especially from the questions that it asked me, but...
Was it that, or were you thinking of it in a different way? You told me that Cadzius showed you things. Showed you destruction. But was it Cadzius that did it? Or was it simply a vision of what could be? And it would happen if we weren't there to set things right.
I do know Catsius has been trying to warn. And, the part that I most likely misinterpreted was Catsius saying that they must be killed. I don't know who they were, and at that time I thought that Catsius was saying the Titans. But when I asked Catsius if it wanted to die, it didn't say no.
Or did it say yes either?
I can't recall.
I think you would have remembered had it did. Kipper, the Titans want what's right for the people of Crenia. They rely on us just as much as we rely on them. What do you think they want? What do you think Vithius wants? Do you think Vithius wants to see any of her children in pain or sorrow?
No, I know that they don't want that. They're trying to fight against their own nature, and yet they can't. They're trying. I don't think that they're bad. I know...
Then learn to listen to Cadzius. I already know what most of them want. At least I believe so. Of course, it is only my own assumption, my own spin on what's going on. Vithius wishes to sleep so that life can continue, or sacrifices himself and his own chosen for us. Exists, protects, and is willing to do worse to ensure the good and innocent survive. And Cadzius is the balance. It is the fire in our souls, what grants us, allows us to doubt and also think. We need them, but they need us as well. They would not need us if they simply desired destruction, if they simply desired anything but peace and survival. But they need us, because who else but us who have been able to get strength, been able to do the things that we have done, to fend off against a dragon, to fend off against Fisher. Who is going to stop this war? It won't be the Titans. It has to be their chosen.
I think the thing that confuses me is Fisher uses the power of Cadzius right now. I am not privy to this. It's as if I am chosen in name only. I hope that Cadzius didn't offer its power to Fisher, but I am also afraid that maybe it did.
Kipper, you need to find the strength within yourself. The Titans look for that in their own way. They'll test you. And you have to listen to what they're saying. I'm sure there's more visions, or I don't know how Cassius speaks to you. Mine's through water, so I would assume yours is through fire, right? We could light up a torch and see if you can speak to him.
I feel like mine typically happens in dreams, but do you think we should wait for Rexmoa, or?
Okay, Rexmoa comes up from below deck.
Well,
and
funny
says-
you mentioned that.
It's like, oh, I didn't expect you all to be talking for so long. Bring the conversation over here. And he guides everyone down below.
Yeah.
Well,
No, go ahead.
let's go see what he has to show us. Let's go.
All right. So as you guys go below deck, Rexmoa, what is it that they're gonna find?
So, in one of the bedrooms, you would see, you remove the fancy carpet and got to the wooden floor, and he has carved a kind of ritual circle. In the middle, there are 8 candles, and spreading out from these candles appear to be 8 jagged legs, and surrounding that are waves, like ocean waves, and beyond that are the clouds. And at the very brim of the circle, you can see that everything is overlaid on a great shell. Ambrose, you, well, reminded me that we don't have to do this alone. None of us, not even Kipper. We all commune with our titans individually, but we've never tried to do it together. And he looks towards Kipper. Lad, you're gonna have to start. I'm gonna light up these candles, and all you have to do is stare into them as long as you can. Think about communing with Cadzius. and we will join you in the circle and start trying to commune as well, and hopefully it will resonate with each other using the stones. I can't say anything like this has ever been attempted, as far as I know. I'm gonna have to ask everyone back at the college. Anyways, it might take a little bit, so you're just going to have to persist, lad.
Is this really gonna work?
Only one way to find out. Turn to take a seat.
And Rexmoa nods.
Kipper, kind of trepidatiously, he just looks at the candles, and then he like slowly crouches down and sits.
Yeah, and then Rexmoa will sit slightly behind him and naturally falls into a pose that he's taken hundreds and hundreds of times before and begins to meditate.
Awesome. Are you guys all meditating? Yes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm looking straight into that flame.
Interesting. So, we'll go one by one here. As you guys sit in meditation, of course, your inner selves would tap into the crystal's energy. Rexmoa, we will go first with you. As you feel the warmth of your stone in your arm, your meditation becomes deeper until you kind of slump forward slightly. And you are suddenly transported, if I can find the background, to the place that you already know. Endless skies, a small layer of water right below it that reflects like a mirror, so it's almost as if sky was all over. If it wasn't for the ripples that you create, and you would have thought, hey, this is just clouds. What would you like to converse or speak with Oris?
Rexmoa grimaces a bit because he was hoping he would wake up in what Kipper described as the realm of Cadzius, but he can work with this.
Mm-hmm.
No, great titan of the winds, Oris, I have come once again and seek of your aid.
So as you sit there waiting for anything to happen, a moment passes where it's all quiet. You only feel the breeze of the wind. It is very peaceful. As I said, dead silence. Until you notice that right in front of you there is a new set of ripples in this water. And in front of you, there is Oris, the Titan of air. Just kind of staring at you.
Yeah, and Rexmoa bows his head to the great titan. I have something to ask of you. Something, well, that might not have ever been asked of you, which is impressive considering your nature as a titan. You've probably heard many prayers from your children. And I'm here to ask you one more.
Horus bows its head in solidarity and also, like, kind of waiting.
My companion, my son, Kipper, he's been chosen by Cadzius, and I wanted to ask if there was any way that you or I could visit the domain of the Titan of Fire. Kipper is a very timid young man. He's capable of many things, but he doesn't have the faith or the confidence in himself to do it alone. And I know that each domain of the Titans is theirs and theirs alone, but I wanted to know if there was any way that I could at the very least give him a reminder that I'm there with him.
As you say this, the great bird lifts his head, looking at you. And then your mind starts to feel weird. You feel slight dizziness as the words echo inside of your brain. You are by his side, are you not?
Perhaps in the world of the living, yes, that is correct. But, well, in the realm of Cadzius, fear takes over. That poor young man, he can't think of anything else but the disaster and misfortune in his life, and the Titan of Fire uses that against him. He hopes to bring him to despair so that, well, Kipper will be his thrall. But I know through you, through this journey that my companions and I have been on, that we, and he gestures towards Oris and himself, we both stand on equal footing. Neither one of us is more powerful than the other.
The voice goes again in your head. You speak of words like thrall and fear. Perhaps you are antagonizing my sibling.
Rexmoa winces.
We all have a lesson to teach. A lesson that is valuable, and not all of us have the chance to learn it. Perhaps it is for the best for him to feel this way. Maybe there is learning to be had.
Great Titan of the Winds, do you truly believe that this is a lesson that he can learn on his own?
The Titan turns his head and looks up over at the endless sky that you can see. And it goes, of course. He is his own person. A lesson must be learned personally. Otherwise, it falls on deaf ears.
Rexmoa lets out a deep sigh, and the water ripples around him. So, there's no way I could at least observe just a tiny window into what he's experiencing.
The Titan glances over at you again, and you feel, there is no expression in its face, of course, it's the one of a beast, an animal. But you can feel as if the Titan itself is smirking at you. And it goes, perhaps it is because it's all in a place where you cannot access willingly. Not a place of divine power like this. But deep inside his mind,
Rexmoa. He doesn't look satisfied with this answer, but he has an idea. And he bows his head once more to the Titan of the Winds. And thank you, Oris. There are indeed some lessons that you can only learn on your own. May your winds guide us safely to Misspell. Rexmoa closes his eyes once more.
and as you're closing your eyes, Rexmoa, you do feel the sensation of Oris speaking to you once again. And it goes, there are still things left unsaid between us, Rexmoa. Soon, the time will come for you to learn. And the voice starts to distort itself as your mind escapes this trance-like meditation.
Yeah.
And we are going to move over towards Taurin now. Taurin, as you start to meditate as well, you feel the effect of, this trance making you not dizzy, but very sleepy, and you slump over, and suddenly you feel the pressure of water all around you. And as you open your eyes, you see that you are in this lush underwater, I guess, landscape? Question mark? Many creatures swimming around. Some of them seem to notice you, the others just kind of pass by. Nature is taking its course. What do you want to say or ask?
Yeah. Taurin would glance around, and then she would, I guess in her mind or aloud, she would say, I'm new at doing this myself, but I've seen others do the same. May your mighty waters guide us, Ixis. I call on your help. and she'll wait for an answer.
Once you say this, you catch a glance of movement around you in the further distance. The movement starts to kind of go all around this area that you're in until closely, but not too close, a very bright yellow eye opens in the distance, staring at you, waiting for what you have to say.
I ask of you, with your power, as we travel towards the last of the Titans. A dear friend of mine is looking to speak with the Fire Titan. Is there a way for you to help him in some way?
The eye closes slowly, and you see it moving around. As now that it is a little bit closer within your sight, you can see the large body of the Titan of Water just slithering about on the bottom of this underwater landscape. And your mind feels this wave of dizziness. And you hear the voice of the Titan speaking to you. I cannot reach into my siblings' domains. That is not for me to do. I have given you the strength you needed. And now, you must use the strength to help him.
My strength to help him to speak with the Fire Titan.
The thing doesn't give you the feeling in your brain doesn't happen for a few seconds until you see the eye kind of surrounding you from like behind you on your left. And it goes, I am not speaking. About physical strength. Perhaps what you need to show is some fortitude. Only he can speak to the Titan. Attempting it for yourself will be useless. You are my chosen. If that weren't the case, then perhaps you may have a chance.
I see. I'll just be there if he needs me.
And the voice, like, again, stays quiet for a moment as you see the coiling creature now, like, to your right side, just moving slowly in circles around you. And it speaks again. And if he doesn't need you, then what? Are you not going to be there?
I'll go where the water takes me. But I have one more question for you.
There is silence, expecting what you're going to say.
I never got the chance to ask you. Are you fighting for yourself or for the world?
This question kind of makes the creature stop for a second. But then it continues its slow, like, circling of this area. And it goes, the waters are strong. They can make their own path, if so desired. They could destroy as well as create. They can live in harmony or cause great peril. I fight to protect. I fight to survive.
That reassures me a little bit more. Compared to our last few meetings. But
And as the creature is again kind of circling behind you, you hear the voice once more. And it goes, sometimes a lesson must be learned in a more harsh way. I believe our encounters have proven this.
very much so.
But in the end, you must understand. There is no evil to our actions. We are but the forces that drive this world.
And with that power, we get a choice to create or to destroy, it sounds like.
You see the creature kind of bows its head slightly, as in a nod.
That's insightful. That might actually help my friend Kipper a little bit. Thank you, Ixis.
And Ixis kind of slowly turns to the same circling that it was doing. It just kind of like goes on the opposite direction as it slowly starts to head away from you. But in your mind, you still hear this sound of its voice coming in, and it says, "You will need strength for what is coming. You will also need a lot of fortitude for the choices you will have to make. I suggest you stick to your companions and help them with whatever you can." And with that, the creature slowly, like, you see it, as it changes routes, the creature will slowly start to, like, swim away from you.
I'll try and do my best.
And the water starts to get very dark for you until you can't see anything. So you close your eyes and you are snapped out of this trance-like state. And then we'll move over to Mr. Ambrose.
Hello.
Ambrose, you are, again, you slump over into this trance and you find yourself in this lush, beautiful, also weird nature of sorts. You don't have too much time to really take in your surroundings. Every time that you have been in this place, by the way, it's a different area where you're kind of in. I don't know if that explains it properly.
Yeah, it's like, obviously it's the Feywild, but it's not the exact location I was.
Yeah. It's not like you're kind of in the same location every time. You kind of, yeah.
I know I'm in, I believe it was referred to as the Vale, but I'm not in the same part of the Vale.
Correct. Your spawn changes.
No! Turn off random spawn, please!
But immediately after you start to take in this view, you are immediately shut up, like fly into the air, and then you move closer towards the gigantic turtle that is just resting its head literally on the world. Eyes closed as per usual. And it's just there laying.
I will look around for a few moments, each time of being kind of shot in the sky, a bit disorienting, but then allowing me to kind of bear witness to the beauty of the Vale here.
Mm-hmm.
Something that kind of disarms me each time. But after a few moments of just kind of looking and scrutinizing the details of the Feywild, I will look to the Titan's great head and say, I have returned, Titan of Life.
You feel a soft smile coming from the Titan, even though the creature itself has no expression. And in your head, you feel this almost headaches, like dizziness, once the voice hits your brain. And it goes, so it seems. Perhaps a little too much. Are your companions proving not to be entertaining? And you feel in your brain, you feel a little giggle.
I have tried to do what I thought necessary. Explain to the others that, mainly one in particular, that you all are our guides, our way forward, that you all are our strength, that we need to rely on you. You and your siblings. Just as I am sure that you are relying on us to do what is necessary for the good of Crenia.
The feeling in your head comes back as it responds, and it goes, of course. That is, after all, why you are all chosen. Perhaps at first it seems strange and outlandish, but everything has its purpose. Everything is there for a reason. Even my siblings.
At first, when you had requested me to swear an oath to you, and I learned what I was to be, I doubted it. I believed I couldn't. That I am undeserving. But I have learned to disagree with my past self. I won't pretend that I still struggle with the thought that I am good enough. But I have seen that I have changed things.
The voice comes back into your head. Change is only natural. Things will be different. Things will evolve. People will evolve. It is a scary thought, for sure. But in the end, an inevitable one.
I feel as though there was an expectation on me to try and aid Kipper in a way that I believe is wrong. I will be there to support him, but I am not going to do his job for him. So I have a different question for you today. I will stay quiet for a moment, almost hesitating, as the soldar on my skin kind of dulls slightly. But it will slowly begin to shift to its more standard color. When I first met you, I asked you a question. One that I hated the answer to, but one that I knew would come. If there was something I could do for my father. Is there anything that can be done for Fisher, or is it too late?
There is a slightly longer pause as you ask of this, but then the feeling in your head comes back. And it goes, the gift of knowing is a very dangerous one if not used properly. There are things I know. There are things you don't know. And there are things that I don't even know I actually know them. It may sound like a riddle. But what I'm trying to say is, Ambrose, that is not your fight. Expectations are a double-edged sword. Why face against each of them? when you can be the one supporting the blade?
I believe I understand. I had no intention of being the one. But were it to come to it, I likely would still draw my sword.
I count on you to do that. In fact, I know you will. However, fate has a way of making things happen. Sometimes, fate needs a little push. And in your mind, Ambrose, you suddenly get an image. A dimly lit room. The sounds of growling and thrashing and tearing and snapping. A dark night surrounding all of it. You smell an acrid, almost acid scent on your nose. And you see sparks flying here and there. As the flashes on your mind remind you of that night at the morgue, where you were about to leave who you remember as the counselor. But something told you not to. And the voice goes again as this vision fades. Sometimes a little help is needed to achieve a better outcome. However, never did I stop you from leaving. You just knew the consequences of what would happen if you did. And in the end, you saw how it affected everyone.
Right. I see. I will trust in my sword, and I will trust in you. And I will trust in the others. All it takes to grant not only us, but all of Crenia a better path. But I do have another question. From how I understood certain things, it seemed to me that Fisher, those that follow him, may not be in their right mind. Can any of us undo that without bringing harm to them?
You feel as if the turtle kind of sighs at this. And it goes, when I lend you my strength, when your skin is stone from using my power, can anyone remove that without harming?
I grimace and shake my head.
And the voice goes again. It is, after all, the strength of my siblings.
Then, if any of them must fall, I will be sure to remember them. That is the least I can do.
Vithius opens its eye, staring at you from its resting position. And it goes, I know you will. You always do. The road ahead, it's nearing its end. I don't doubt that you will make the right choice. Because my faith is set on you. I cannot speak for your companions, because they are not the ones who I chose. But
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
It continues saying, but I am not afraid, and neither should you.
I doubt whether or not I will be able to make the right choice. But if you believe that I will, then I will trust in that. And I will trust in the 3 others that were chosen. As always, thank you for your guidance.
Vithius closes its eye again as, it goes back to the resting position that it's in. And it goes, trust in your allies. The end is near. Or perhaps is it a new beginning? And Ambrose, with that, you are shot off from Vithius, and you kind of, from the whiplash, you kind of wake up immediately as everybody else also wakes up from their dream. However, we do have one person left to show, but I will say, everybody else, you just kind of wake up as this is happening, by the way. Kipper, as you are staring at the flame of the candle right in front of you, your eyes feel affixed to it. You start to take in the details of the pattern of how it flickers and how it moves with the rocking of the boat or whatever current of wind may pass through the boards. To such a point where your whole field of vision becomes the flame. And Kipper, you also, at some point, you don't know when this happened, but you also slump forward as you end up in this trance almost. And as your mind comes back, you see that you are in an empty space. There is quite literally nothing. It's all white.
Kipper would just look around in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing the just the fact that there is no one around. Typically, Catsius comes with some sort of background, and just seeing a blank space, I think, almost concerns Kipper even more.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, "Hello? I know that this has to be you, but this is a little irregular."
This time, Kipper, you don't hear the voice inside of your head, but you hear it echoing from this blank, I guess, world you are in. And it goes, yes, it is a reflection. The voice echoes from one side to another. It almost feels like there's many voices speaking, but it is just the echoing of the voice in this empty plane you're in.
Is this a reflection of what exactly?
And the echo happens again. As I said, this is very weird because it feels like it's coming from like up, down, to the side, behind you, like literally like right behind you. It almost feels like there's many voices speaking to you at the same time. And it goes, your mind. Or maybe yourself.
Would you, would you be able to appear in front of me just so we could talk a few things out?
And to that, Kipper, you notice there is a tiny, tiny, tiny spider web you can notice this because this is the only thing that has any color other than pure white in this specific place. And you see a small spider crawling down onto this spider web. It looks like it's further up, but it's just that noticeable because this is the only thing that has color.
Kipper is gonna walk over to the spider web, and I think just with cupped hands, he's gonna kind of put his hands right up against where the spider is and the spider web, just kind of offering it a place to land.
Yeah, you move closer and you put your hands out, and the spider, who is slowly climbing down, lands on your hands. You see, it is a very tiny spider that is just, its web kind of cuts off and it just kind of fades off into this almost infinite void of white.
Is the spider in my hands?
Yep,
I'm
is
sorry,
in your hands.
Okay, perfect. I just I think my earbuds just broke out a tiny bit.
That's
for a
fine, that's
moment.
fine.
You're so much smaller now. Kipper, I think, would have kind of a almost forced smile that would immediately kind of curl back into a frown relatively quickly.
And you see the voice still kind of echoing all over. But the spider lifts its two front legs in response to you, and it goes, "I am as your mind perceives me."
You know, I came here to try to better understand what it is that you were trying to say the previous time, and just to get some clarification on what general direction you'd want me to go to. I'm more here on the fact that my teammates want me to trust you more. And, one of them, I think, is convinced himself that I think that you are evil. And I think now more than ever, I realize I haven't really saw you like that. Like, do Titans typically reflect the person that they choose?
And the echoing voices continue again, and it goes, "We chose our people for a reason." And you see the small spider just kind of walking around in circles around the palm of your hands. And it goes, "Tell me, is it your perception of me evil?
Before you revealed yourself to me, I think maybe I could have said that. More than anything, I think indifferent was the term I would have used. I didn't know what you were. And then when you revealed that you were Catsius, and in that night when you actually did try to speak to me, I think what I perceived was something that was in innumerable pain. And I saw myself in that. And now you reveal yourself to me in the smallest form you've ever been, when I'm feeling the smallest that I have ever been, and not quite smaller than when I couldn't save her, but still pretty small.
The voices
Right.
happen again.
Oh,
and they
sorry.
go- Oh, yeah, it's okay. The voices happen again. They go, the mind is such a interesting thing. Even though I am this small, even though I look helpless and defenseless, there is still a lot to me. If you were to close your hands around me, perhaps I would be squished. Like a small insect.
Well, I was never really one for squishing bugs, so... But... Are you hurting right now?
Pain is not something I feel.
That's good.
However,
Perhaps it... Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. You go first.
Honestly, I think I might have just forgotten, so you go.
Okay. It goes again. However, I believe it is you who is in pain.
Gee, how did you figure that one out? Kipper kind of gives a little bit of a smile to that.
And you see the little spider starts to walk over towards the edge of your hands, and it goes, I know, because that is how you perceive things. This whole place, the shape that I am right now, it's how you see me. Perhaps you should reflect on that.
I do view... I don't have the same religious beliefs towards the Titans that the others do. I also struggle to follow anything that does not have an intimate relationship with me. I would like to become your friend if possible. I think that would be beneficial to figuring this out. I just never had the idea that that was even a concept that was available prior.
And you hear the echoing again, and it goes, "What more intimacy would you want?" And you see the small spider jump off your hands onto this void. But once you like open your hands to try and grab it, or like see where it falls, it's completely gone. Like there is nothing that jumped off of your hands. However, when you kind of like lean down to kind of see, whoa, it kind of fell down, you know? You feel heat emanating from behind you. And as you like stand up and turn around, you see the actual size now of the spider right in front of you. There is a constant heat emanating, and now this white void that you're in, there is a gigantic spider in it with you.
Understood.
And it continues and it goes, "If I am already in your head,
If you're already in my head, what?
it goes, I already know you. I have already seen everything there is to you. And perhaps I already know what will be of you. What more intimacy could you ask for of somebody who knows it all about you?"
It's not the knowing about someone. I could know the entire biography of, let's say, like, the mayor of Misspell. I could know everything about him. And then I don't tell him anything or say anything to him. Or the things I do say are mean, which in hindsight, I guess that is how I was towards him. I don't think that you think that the things that you've said have... Like, I know that there's no malevolence behind it. I don't deal well with, things that are left up to interpretation. I don't think I ever truly have. I feel a finite ending for everything, and the wishy-washy in between is why I rely so much on others. When it's left up to me, I choose incorrectly because I've come to a different decision than others would make. You remember after Lariah B died. Without others, I cannot see myself. I stop existing for all intents and purposes. And I think slowly I've been able to see what I want through these people. I know that Ambrose really wants to set up his orphanage in Port Strail, and I would love to be there to help him on occasion. And Taurin's been really fun to hang out with. Just our banter together really entertains me. And Rexmoa, I don't think he realizes how much he means to me. Or maybe he does. The same with the rest, but I think I don't want the adventure to end. I want to find a way to keep going. I don't think I'm ready to settle down just yet.
So that the voices start again. And they go, "Are you sure of that?" You see the spider kind of move its head up and look around, and it says, "Your mind seems pretty close to me." You see it kind of turns slightly to the side, and it lifts one of its legs, and you see it kind of punch through the void, and it pulls its leg out, and you see the outside. There is a beautiful sunrise. There are birds flying over a clear sky, and you now start hearing the sounds of people, children laughing, all sounds that you may be able to hear in any city. And the spider goes, "You are looking at life as if it was a closed door, only staring from the keyhole." And the spider moves closer to this hole that it just opened, and with both of its like front limbs, hands, legs, arms, I don't know, it grabs this kind of rift that it created, and it just spreads it open, completely opening this void entirely onto a beautiful, I guess, landscape. You don't know where this is. You have no idea. This is just some random place. And it goes, "Why focus so much on the keyhole when you haven't checked if the door is unlocked?" And the spider looks back at you, and it moves closer to you, and it lifts one of its very large limbs, and it moves it over so it just very gently touches your head. And as he does this, you see the void completely kind of engulf everything again, and you are back in this white void with the spider. And it goes, "Maybe you need to open up a little more."
I can feel myself, at least, seeing new things and understanding new things through the lens of my friends now. I feel as if where I had just one keyhole, I now have 3 extra ones added on to me. And just to see their reactions, I think. For every little thing. And for some of them, I've seen their personalities blossom, and then there's Rexmoa, and he's always entertaining.
As you are saying this, you feel a sigh from Catsius and a soft shake of its head. And it goes, "You're still thinking of keyholes. When you're
the one who brought up keyholes." And I think at this point, Kipper's like, just kind of, he's at a point where he's just kind of smiley. He's losing track of being able to take things seriously. Or at least that's the point he is in at the given moment.
To which the spider says, "Maybe try the door next time." And in a flash, you see the spider completely disappear in this white void. And as you stare into the empty void, it starts to kind of overtake your vision to the point where it kind of hurts and you kind of pop back staring at the flame of the candle that you were right in front of.
Wait a minute. Kipper's like... Wait. That wasn't...
You are back onto the ship now. Everybody else would be awake.
Kipper's like, I'm going back in. That wasn't something I could discern anything from. And Kipper's just gonna kind of try and meditate back into it.
Rexmoa is just gonna watch.
Taurin just tilts her head.
Kipper, as you try again, your brain is now too unfocused. You cannot really get the same result. You stare at the flame. Nothing happens.
Why can't it just stop speaking in riddles? And Kipper's gonna, like, just put his head in his hands. He was kinder this time. So I'll take that.
I can see that. You're not as
You're not smoking.
indisposed as you normally are, and that too.
And I suppose it did go well then.
I empathized with it. And then it revealed that that was really more of a personification I put onto it. And then I was like, oh, okay. Well then. And then it said, you are looking at the world as if you're looking through a keyhole when you should just open the door. And I'm like, I've been slowly expanding my vision through my friends, and then he was like, well, just open the door. And I didn't even get to ask what the door was. I know
Rexmoa looks towards his
metaphorically it could mean
companions.
opening my perspective, but I don't know to what direction at the moment.
Maybe instead of looking at the one narrow issue, look at everything at once? What maybe he meant?
I think if I do that, I will break down.
Well, you need the whole picture, sometimes to fix what it is.
I'll let you speak first.
Okay. Maybe you're focusing too much on one thing. There is more here. In fact, you have this tendency to try and swallow everything, take on the pains of others, and don't try and share any of it. Maybe open the door. Let your burdens be ours, and not try to take ours only for yourself.
Rexmoa has his hand on his scaly chin. That is quite the riddle. Oris told me something about you, lad. And I think it might give some insight as to, well, what Cadzius wants from you. He said that some lessons can only be learned on your own. I asked him if I could be there with you when you commune with Cadzius. If I could, well, offer up my support, just like here in the, well, realm of the living. And he said it wasn't possible, nor was it needed. And now that you, well, tell me your communion with Cadzius, I think... Well, I can't say, unfortunately, but allow me to share this. Many in this world think of Cadzius as evil. I, and, well, many others from Sea's Marrow don't see him as this way. Or at least not being entirely evil. Cadzius, when he looked at the works of his siblings, chose to pursue a different path. What people call destruction, well, maybe he sees it as something else. Maybe he sees it as change. I obviously can't speak for him, but it sounds like if you want to further this bond with Cadzius, you might have to start thinking like him, lad.
I thought I was under the impression that me and Cadzius were alike. And I think in speaking with him, I think that most likely inaccurate, but there were questions that I wanted to ask, and then it just got away from me. I wasn't able to ask why Fisher has his power. I wasn't able to ask what Catsius wants in the long run, or literally anything. I just spoke about my feelings, and that was it. There wasn't anything that pointed me in a proper direction, just open up a bit more. I'm hoping maybe tonight I can commune with him another time, and I did convey that vague things don't necessarily translate well in my brain, but I don't think that necessarily works. It's kind of like trying to teach someone a different language. It's just the way that Catsius thinks.
The Titans are bound by some power. Crenia, if I had to guess. They cannot just tell us things. I do not know why. That is not my station to know. I am not greater than life. I have simply been life's chosen. But Catsius, I think, is a reservoir of knowledge that you need to seek out. And if there are things that you do not understand, there are still 3 others around you that you can ask.
I'm trying to do that. I want you to recognize that I am trying to do that now, at least. In Port Strail, I was inconsolable.
Then don't bother saying you don't understand riddles. Just tell us what he said and ask for help in knowing what it means.
Exactly. I mean, I'm no fire expert myself, but in some cases, when a forest burns down, sprouts can take their place and a new forest can be born. So this could be a way that Cassius can see the world. Fire isn't always bad. As
Fire,
Ixis...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. With Ixis, what I got from my meeting is that our power, it's ours to choose to create or to destroy. So you have that choice. If you're chosen, you just need to find your inner strength and take back that power from Fisher.
I know. I know in theory this is all. And I very much appreciate all of the input. And I want more. I just can't help but be frustrated that I don't get it yet.
That's okay, Kipper. And Taurin will put a hand on his shoulder. We're all in this together. We're, in a way, a family. It's not a family that I guess I'm accustomed to, with mother, father, but it's more of a found family. And I'm here for you. We're all here for you and for each other.
Sorry, I'm just reading what Rexmoa just wrote. He, well, this isn't really as much of a surprise. He just appeared in front of me in a white void. Little tiny spider web, little tiny spider. And I think seeing his size, I actually grew a little bit emotional. He was just so small. So I offered my hands to it, and it crawled into the palm, and I fear my sentiment clouded the more logistical things that I had that I would have wanted to ask.
So you sorry.
I didn't necessarily prepare to speak to Catsius, but I guess I never do. Well, I guess I am somewhat prepared each night that it might happen. Midday, it's first time, though.
So you were seeing yourself then?
Yeah.
That is how I believe that you think of yourself. And so you must have thought of that onto Catsius. Well, that's how I see it, at least.
You did say it was a reflection, so... And... it revealed that it doesn't feel pain, so... I don't think that it necessarily wants to die anymore, so now I have to think of what could that have meant. I know we haven't really talked about that since I first brought it up, but if we could, if that's okay. And Kipper's specifically looking at Ambrose when he says this.
Well, I'm not the one who has to get over it. You're the one who needs to decide whether or not you forgive me for yelling. I have not changed my stance. I believe that Catsius is no different than any of the Titans. I believe it wants life, just like the others. I believe it wants all of Crenia's people to live and be happy. But as Rexmoa said, I think it simply goes about it a different way.
I didn't reveal everything to you, though. And not because I just simply didn't have the time. And when I saw how it affected you, I don't think that I haven't forgiven you, because I have. I very much... I won't lie and say that it didn't hurt me. After that, I think I didn't say the things I should have said or the things that I was thinking, because I feared the coming reaction, and I'm sorry that I became secretive after that. But I don't blame you. You were doing your best, and we had just dealt with Evelyn, for heaven's sake.
If you have forgiven me, then start relying on me. and listen to
How-
me and listen to the others.
But you do realize, Ambrose, I've forgiven you, but that doesn't mean right before you said that we had that long conversation where you told me that I could confide in you in anything, and in that moment I was simply confiding to you what Catsius had said. And I know I said that I was over it, but I don't think I really was. Not that specific thing, but just seeing how what I said hurt you, and
Did
I
not
know.
hurt me. I was simply angry because the idea that a Titan would feel something like self-hate. I believe it's impossible.
But
Regardless
how was I
of-
supposed to know that?
That is why we talk, and we do not resolve to walk away. I came to you and did what I could, and still you remained secretive. If you have forgiven me, rely on me. Rely on Rexmoa, and rely on Taurin.
I mean, can't fix everything by yourself sometimes. Help is always around the corner.
Kipper would start tearing up at this.
And, well, you have to rely on the most important person of them all. Yourself, Kipper.
I just want to be told it's all gonna be okay.
Together, I think it can be. We just have to get through all of this first.
Together. Now, how about we get some more sunlight while we can? I know it's not too far from Riverdale, so we may as well, get some leisure time in before the seriousness picks back up.
Catch some more fish. Didn't even catch a single one when I was up there.
And there is something else that I have as well. I've already read it, but was waiting for a moment where we weren't so, well, serious.
Oh my God, I forgot about the letter. Ambrose.
Let's go starboard and get a change of scenery.
Do you know which way is starboard, lad? And I start walking upstairs.
No, I've avoided ships ever since I left Strail.
Well, someone of your constitution, it's probably been a good idea.
Wow.
Once we are on the top of the deck, and I assume everyone kind of like settles down, pulls out fishing poles and whatever. I am not going to fish. I'm just going to pull out the letter that I've had.
that I need to pull up. Because it was DM'd
Just
to
a
me.
little old man over there with his letter. Yep, I got this.
It was DM'd to me. Hold on. There it is. So I will pull out a small little from my pouch, unfurl it, and begin to read it. Quickly saying aloud beforehand, when I do believe this is word from her. Found it with me before we left. It says, "Hey, Rock Boy. Yeah, I know I said goodbye to you yesterday. Heading back to the manor, I felt there was other stuff I wanted to mention as well. Sorry, my mind wasn't really where I needed it to be. Things got rough after the dragon attack, and I didn't feel like I could be in the same room after the harsh words sent my way. It sucks, but I know this isn't going to be the last time we meet, so I won't dwell too much on it. I was there when you told them all about your feelings to the Fairy Queen. Big guy, I'm proud of you. You did it just like that without needing to even be drunk. See, you're stronger than you think, buddy. Now, next step is actually telling the lady herself, whenever that's possible. But that was a start, a good start. I do not need to be reading all of this. Fuck, you've been...
No, I appreciate it. That means I can keep both hands on the fishing rod. Keep going.
I'm just gonna read over your shoulder if you stop reading out loud.
You're halfway through, right? Just keep going.
About... You've been a great friend, and you feel like the big brother I never had, Ambrose. I kept one promise to you, and I'll keep the other one as well. I'm gonna find a safe place for your orphanage, even if it's temporary, and get your siblings there. Set things up for other kids who might need help. Strail needs a lot of work done, but at least we can openly help it now without worrying about the other nobles. Now you and your friends just save Crenia, okay? Not that I don't trust you guys. If anything, you have all proven to get shit done. This part was for you, by the way. I feel bad I didn't say anything to Rexmoa and Taurin. To Rexmoa, I hope he gets back with his family soon. Feels to me they've been waiting a long time for his return. They deserve to see him again. I'm not sure whether he returned the book he borrowed, and if not, well, he better come back and return it personally. I'll just kind of look up at Rexmoa.
He holds a finger up, it doesn't look back. I did return that book, just for the record.
I would hope. To Taurin, I'm so glad that she has Mina back. I know how hard it is to lose someone and not even know if they're alive or dead. I hope she and her sister can find their way back to their circle. That being said, that Galarian's a good guy, you know. Kinda reminded me of my own pa. I think that, with him around, maybe things will get better in Galvernthir and the surrounding cities and forests. Might be an idea traveling that way for her people. I know my father's circle resided somewhere there.
Sounds like a good idea. Everyone together.
I'll kind of like look up and say to Taurin, your family and Grove have been nomads. Maybe a place to settle down again.
It would be good for them to have a stable place to call home for a change. I think Glare would be okay with that, hopefully.
If it's Galarian, Galrin Theo should be better off. I will look back down at the letter and read the rest. I suppose I should add something for Kipper. Truthfully, the words said to me were harsh and hurt, and bringing Echoes in where there was no need to mention him felt wrong. I spent 2 years not knowing whether he was alive or dead. After my father died, I was barely 11 years. I spent 3 in the streets before I found Echoes. He became my family, someone I had utmost trust in. Running when he told me to, as the Shadow Druids blasted him, was the hardest thing I ever had to do. I doubted myself time and time again, thought of just giving up more than once, but I couldn't let his sacrifice be in vain. And more than that, I couldn't let others feel the pain of loss if I were to simply die alongside him. I couldn't do that to Borealis. There's a time and place, and throwing yourself in danger where it will not make a difference will only result in hurting the ones you care about. I hope he realizes that what you all need from him isn't his death in vain, rather his life to help and be with those who love him. Anyway, my fingers are tired from all this writing. Use the sending stone to let us know when you've all reached Misspell. Take care.
What a promising young woman.
I miss her already.
Kipper's
Careful.
gonna kind of stay quiet and just look in the opposite direction of everybody else.
Well, careful with that kind of talk, Taurin. She might... He looks around for any animals. She might be here.
You never know.
Well, I do have this now, so if we wish to speak with her, I can.
Oh, like any of us?
I am going to keep it in my possession for now. I get a feeling you're going to annoy her with it.
So
Oh.
not any of us.
I wrote her a letter, but it wasn't. I wrote it before we went to fight the Saints, so I'm hoping. But it's
What are you hoping
okay.
for, lad?
I don't know. That somehow through all of this, a friendship could still exist.
Mm-hmm. Did you send the
Uh,
letter?
I handed it to Borealis when we left. Although it was a little wet.
Oh.
I mistook it for maybe a napkin when I was wiping my eyes for a moment, so
Just give it time, Kipper. I'm sure friendship is still in the books for everybody.
I just don't want...
Oh, don't worry, Kipper. I have known Rin as to be someone with a vast amount of patience for a young lady of her age. I'm sure, well, given enough time, perhaps you two can reach a better understanding of one another.
I hope. This is gonna especially considering how I dealt with her. But I was happy that day before everything happened, and I was able to make breakfast for everyone. I enjoyed that, and I was happy that she was able to attend. In my brain, I think I was trying to atone for being a little turd the previous night. And then I just went and yeah.
Well, apologies, sometimes they do take time. Feelings have to heal and emotions have to calm down a little bit. And then you rationalize what happened, and the friendship will stay, whether you both think the friendship is more strong than what that hot discussion was, whatever it was, and it should be fine. I'm sure you can talk to her after Miss Bell and get it all cleared up.
I hope.
Stay hopeful.
I think I'll just let her read the letter, and then I'll attempt to reach out at some point. I doubt that she will try.
That's only been a day, so yeah.
That's felt like an eternity.
Everything will be fine. Don't worry your head so much about these things. Things always work out.
Absolutely never going to say this to her. In the beginning, I think I liked her. That might have also had something to do with why I reacted like such an idiot. Forget I said anything.
Like
Forget-
or like?
Forget I said.
Oh my God. There's a difference between like and like.
Taurin, I think he's talking about, how do you say? He's dropping the pouch. He really clumsily.
Drop it, please.
Really, I'm whispering so he can't hear us.
Okay, yes.
I literally have giant ears.
It's a rabbit.
The waves are really loud.
You're busy reeling in a giant fish or something. It's a boot, actually.
What's that? Go ahead, continue though. I'm sorry. Was that loud?
No, it was just going to be me coming up with various synonymous ways to say fumble the bag until something else happened, so we don't have to do that.
Okay.
You really fumbled the bag, my lord.
Wow.
And to think she listens to Sleep Token.
Oh.
I was going to say, like, drop the sack, but I was like, that's kind of too much of an innuendo.
I don't know what
That's
that
also...
means.
Don't worry about it, you're too young.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's okay to say.
Yes. No.
Can we all roll to catch a fish now?
Yeah.
Before this session ends.
We need to catch. We
Who
all
gets the
need
big
a
fish?
Can we make one roll this session?
Sure.
We'll roll a d20.
Oh my lord. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Ooh. Dang.
I guess this would be like a sleight of hand check.
Oh.
Because
Oh, that makes it better.
kind of sleight of hand or strength maybe. What would
I
it
would
be?
say sleight of hand.
Since it's one of my best skills that I never use, I'm gonna ask if I can just use my survival check.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, that also works. Survival works. That's not a bad thing either. So whoever wants to
Perception?
cast the perception would not be a
Perception.
You
You
can
can see the
see the
fish, you can't
fish.
catch the fish.
Yeah, you can see them, but how are you gonna catch them? You know.
I see it.
All right.
Sleight of hand though.
Yeah, so you can use survival or sleight of hand if you want to.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
What is survival? Oh yeah, no. I'll try. Oh.
Okay. So let's see.
Go
Oh
Kipper.
boy.
I,
So
I guess I will as well.
sure.
Yeah.
Try it out. Try it
Yeah.
out.
I
Got
will
all
say.
day.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Hey yo.
So
My
I
fish
will
is still
give you.
bigger than your fish.
I will give you that as you guys spend the time fishing on the side of the boat, three of you managed to catch a fish. Taurin, unfortunately, yours bit the line and it just snapped out of your grasp. But Rexmoa, Kipper, and Ambrose, all three of you are able to catch a fish. Which will serve you as one ration. So effectively, you guys just gain one ration. And as I said, this whole trip is gonna take you 2 rations. So, yeah.
Describe the fish.
It is aquatic. It has
Every
eyes.
single fish.
It has
Every fish.
eyes, a mouth, and
It
gills.
looks
Describe
it
every
looks
one of our
exactly
fish.
like Ambrose, except fish.
It's a rockfish.
Describe
Those aren't edible.
Well, I guess so.
Are you sure
guess.
about that?
single fish.
My
Take off
fish
the
looks
barbs.
suspiciously like Rin, but isn't Rin.
Oh.
It's a
It's a
catfish.
catfish.
Oh, I mean, there are fresh water, so.
Yeah.
They are freshwater.
That is true.
If I roll a 21, I'm gonna catch that one nightmarish, like a vampire-looking fish from the Amazon, the one that has the teeth that are so long that sticks out the top of its head.
Oh, that one.
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
Terrifying.
But I will give you that, as I said, your trip is going to take 2 rations, so you can do with that however you will. The fish that all 3 of you caught will give you 1 more ration. So you guys are going to be chill with that on that end. And the trip is going to take a little while, but as I said, we're just going to kind of fast forward, which... since you already got done what you wanted to do, we can say that you guys do a few more things as the trip continues. But eventually, we're gonna take you straight over to the little town/hamlet that is Riverdale. And for now, we are gonna end the session right there because we have to do some stuff next session that I don't want to start now and have you guys be waiting for the next time. So, we're gonna say goodbye to people watching the Varsity YouTube channel, and